Your brain is not built to process this. Look closely. That's not an animation. That's not CGI. You're seeing straight through its head. You can see its brain. You can see its eyes rotating inside its skull. You can see its organs working, and it's alive. This exists in our oceans right now. Not in a lab. Not in a sci-fi movie. Not on another planet. Here, there are creatures on Earth that evolved to become nearly invisible. Not camouflaged. Not hidden, invisible. And the disturbing part? They didn't just lose color. They re-engineered their entire biology to break one fundamental rule. Bodies are supposed to block light. These don't. This is the closest thing to an alien on Earth, and it evolved here. This isn't one species. It happened over and over again. Squid, jellyfish, shrimp, fish, completely unrelated creatures, arriving at the same impossible solution. Stop being visible. But to understand how extreme that is, you need to understand something first. Transparency isn't easy. In fact, biologically, it should be nearly impossible. Let's start with the most alien one, the glass squid. When you first see it, your brain doesn't understand. Because you're looking at a squid with no body. Its mantle is clear. Its tentacles are clear. Its head is clear. The only visible parts are its eyes, two round dark circles floating in nothing. It looks like a ghost, like something that died but forgot to disappear. But it's alive, hunting, moving, thinking. And here's what makes it worse. You can see its internal organs. Its digestive system processing food. Its gills extracting oxygen. You can watch it eat. The prey goes in. Moves through the transparent digestive tract. That's broken down. It's like watching something alive without permission to see inside it. This isn't an animal. It's a biological X-ray. But the squid kept one thing visible, its eyes. Why? Because eyes need pigment to function. You can't make a transparent eye that sees. So the glass squid made a compromise. Transparent body, visible eyes. But that creates a problem. Because now, predators can see the eyes. Two dark spots floating in the water. So the squid evolved a solution. It has light-producing organs underneath its eyes. Photophores. These organs shine upward, matching the faint light from above. They hide the shadow of the eyes. Counter-illumination. Biological stealth technology. The squid is invisible. Except for its eyes, which are also invisible. It's not hiding. It's just not there. Then there's the comb jelly. Not actually a jellyfish, but close, completely transparent. No color, no pigment. But it has something the glass squid doesn't: bioluminescence. As it swims, rows of hair-like cilia beat in waves. And when light hits them, they refract. Rainbow colors shimmer across its body. It looks like an oil slick, like liquid light. Like something digital trying to render in the real world. And here's the disturbing part. The comb jelly has no brain. No centralized nervous system. Just a nerve net. Distributed throughout its transparent body, it reacts, it adapts, it survives. But it has no brain. Just signals moving through a body you can see through. A living prism, drifting through the ocean. Aware but not awake. If you asked it, "Are you alive?" it wouldn't understand the question, but it would still respond. And then there are the transparent fish. When fish are born, many species start out transparent. It's a survival strategy. Can't be seen, can't be eaten. But as they grow, they develop pigment, scales, color. They become visible, except some fish never do. They stay transparent, forever. The barrelli fish, the glassfish, the ice fish, fully developed adults. But you can see straight through them. Brain visible, heart pumping, blood flowing through transparent veins. And the blood itself is strange. Most fish have red blood. Hemoglobin makes it red. But some transparent fish have clear blood. No hemoglobin, no red cells. They absorb oxygen differently, directly through their skin and tissues. They re-engineered their entire circulatory system to stay invisible. This isn't camouflage. This is biology rewriting itself. And if this already feels unnatural, we haven't even touched the physics problem yet. So how do you become transparent? Let's talk about why most things aren't. When light hits an object, 3 things can happen. 1. The light is absorbed. The object looks dark. 2. The light is reflected. The object looks bright. 3. The light is scattered. The object looks opaque. Most biological tissue scatters light. That's why skin isn't see-through. Light bounces around inside, gets scattered, and comes back out diffused. To be transparent, you need to eliminate scattering. Every cell, every protein, every organelle needs to have the same refractive index, the same way they bend light. If they don't match perfectly, light scatters, and you're visible. So transparent animals had to standardize. Their entire bodies needed to become optically uniform. And that's hard, because different tissues have different functions. Muscle is dense, connective tissue is loose, organs are specialized. But transparent creatures found a way. They simplified. First, they removed pigment. All of it. No melanin, no carotenoids, no hemoglobin. If it had color, it was eliminated. Second, they reduced structure. Bones would scatter light. So many transparent creatures have no bones. Or they have cartilage. Or they dissolve their skeletons entirely. Third, they homogenized their tissues. Everything, muscles, organs, connective tissue, needed to have similar density. This meant giving up specialization, giving up strength. Transparent creatures are fragile, weak, vulnerable, but in return, they became invisible. And in the ocean, invisibility is worth more than armor. In the open ocean, visibility is a death sentence. If you're seen, you're eaten. Transparency isn't strange. It's survival at its most extreme. Here's why transparency evolved so many times. In the open ocean, there's nowhere to hide. No rocks, no plants, no cover. Just blue, for miles, in every direction. If you're visible, you're dead. Predators in the ocean have incredible eyesight. They scan the water for silhouettes, shadows, movement. Camouflage helps, but it's not perfect. Change the angle, change the light, and you're exposed. Transparency solves this. No silhouette, no shadow, no outline. You could be inches away from a predator, and it wouldn't see you. Not because it's not looking, but because there's nothing to see. This is why transparency evolved in the deep ocean, where light is scarce. And in the open ocean, where there's no cover. Anywhere you can't hide, transparency becomes the ultimate survival strategy. So here's the question. If you saw a transparent creature on another planet, what would you think? You'd think it was alien, obviously. Something from a different evolutionary path, a different biology, but we have them here. Hundreds of species, swimming in our oceans right now. And when you see them, they look exactly like what you'd expect an alien to look like. Ethereal, translucent, internal organs visible, moving in ways that seem impossible. So why do they feel alien? Because they broke rules we didn't know could be broken. We thought bones were necessary. They're not. We thought blood had to be red. It doesn't. We thought you needed pigment to function. You don't. Every assumption we had about what bodies need to look like, transparent creatures ignored. And that makes them feel like they're not from here, even though they are. And here's the uncomfortable part. If life on Earth can become this alien, what does that say about life elsewhere? We imagine aliens as humanoid, bipedal, with heads and eyes and limbs. But what if they're not? What if they're gelatinous, transparent, distributed intelligence like a jellyfish? What if they don't have brains? What if they don't have blood? What if they look like this? The truth is, we don't know what alien life looks like. But we do know it could look like a glass squid, because a glass squid looks like an alien, and it evolved here. Transparency is a boundary, the edge between visible and invisible. Between matter and not matter, they look unfinished. Like evolution stopped halfway, but it didn't. These creatures exist, but barely. You can see through them. Light passes through them. They're alive, but they look like ghosts. And that's the point. They evolved to the edge of existence. To be present without being seen. To live without being noticed. They're here, but not here. Real, but not real. Alive, but not alive in the way we understand life. And that's what makes them alien. Not because they're from another world, but because they found a way to exist in ours, without fully being part of it. The ocean is full of them, drifting, hunting, existing, invisible, not hiding, just not there. The closest thing to an alien on Earth, and you can see right through it. If life on Earth can look like this, imagine what else we've missed. Subscribe, because the anomalies aren't rare. They're everywhere. Because reality is stranger than fiction, and the aliens are already here.